Why do avoidants hate the game of Red Cup? Red Cup is a very simple game. So if you're in a scrimmage with somebody or you got some discombobulation in a relationship, you simply stop and say, okay, let's suss this out. Let's get the truth and let's bring it to the surface. And it's a simple game. You just share each other's perspective. The other person tries to follow perspective, repeat it back to them, and then they say, yeah, you got it. You understand what I'm doing. And then you just repeat it with the other person. But an avoidant will avoid this game for anything because that's how they've set up the narrative in their head in how everything works. They've managed their life by being safe emotionally, and they think that that is the way that life works. And so they will. So what is an avoidant? If they come into a discombobulation, if they come into an emotional space with somebody or in relationship, the thing that they need to do is exit, and they need to get out as quick as possible, and then they need to process it because they have to reevaluate everything back and forth until they get back to their emotional state. And in fact, they will have relationships. They will have avoidant buddies where they each will help each other with their narrative so that they can remain in a safe space. An interesting thing about an avoidant is that they will say to you or offer to you that, that they're bored and life is, not as this grand adventure that I wish it was going to be. And then in the next breath, they'll say, I'm just so happy with the way that I've decorated my life because I'm so peaceful and contented. And it's like you can see that there's a disconnect, a dissonance between those two statements. And so if you're avoiding, the idea is seek the truth. So if you get into hard emotional stuff, offer a game of Red Cup and you'll figure out. The avoidance will avoid that like crazy. Pew! They'll be gone. Or they'll just take you into a circular conversation where that they will just use the rationale that comes from the mind story that they've been putting together. Or another way to look at it is if you're trying to be real and trying to unravel your psychology is, hey, look at yourself. Do you have anybody in your life that wants to play this game, that truly is curious and wants to know deeper and scratch under the surface of what's going on inside of you? Because that's the thing, is beneath that is the deeper you. It's the soul that wants to come out and shine into the world. And it's like maybe there's a hard conversation that you need to have that you've been avoiding. And maybe it's time to step up and go, hey, game of Red Cup?